Anyway, let's get to Epstein. Speaking of Israel, let's get back to
Trump.
Jeffrey Jebediah Epstein and our big, beautiful boy, Donald Trump, who is seemingly very upset that people keep asking about Epstein. People keep asking about Epstein. Do you feel like this is a distraction from Epstein? No. Here's another effort post from Donald Trump on Truth Social. It reads as follows. The radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again, just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had nothing to do with Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. And even the Russia scam itself, a totally fake and made-up story used in order to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in the 2016 presidential election. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats are good at. It's all they have. They are no good at governing, no good at policy, and no good at picking winning candidates. Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. He's trying so hard to make fetch happen, bro. This is so funny. He's like, come on, guys. It's the new hoax. Trust me on this. Yeah, we're all calling it that. Everyone's calling it behind the scenes. You're calling it that too. You're calling it that. And if you're not calling it, you're bad. You're wrong. Okay? And my past supporters have bought into this bullshit. Ooh, he's being bad. Hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will. Even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years, I have had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history. And all these people want to talk about with strong prodding by fake news and the success-starved Dems is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, which everyone is calling it that. Everyone is calling it the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. If I see you calling it something else, I'll get very mad. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success, because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. It is pretty funny that he hasn't been able to figure out a way to get out of this narrative hole. And as a consequence of that, he's even losing Tim Pool, which is a Israel and Russia crony. But I guess Tim Pool also knows which way the wind is blowing, or maybe he didn't get his notes from the Israeli state. Once he gets his notes from the Israeli state, perhaps he will change his tune. Ukraine is the enemy of the world.
Trump is miserably screwing this up, unless for some reason this was his intent. This one's hurting the Trump team, his base, very much so. You're not going to get out of this one with Trump supporters, prominent individuals being like, guys, let's just trust the plan here. That ain't happening. And there are ways to handle this, and this ain't it. With this massive post by Trump, it's getting bad. Trump.
I love what a chatter said about getting a taste of Democratic medicine where the base gets nothing they want. And even now, we see the same. Now Republicans saying, stop spoiling. Just be happy with what you have. Yeah. Peak Alex Jones here. Oh, hell yeah. Alex Jones responds to Trump excommunicating him. You're not the Pope, bro. Wait, where is it?
About 50. A jellyfish has a higher IQ, in case you didn't know, than 50. Some of the 50 IQ can barely form words. It's a no-brainer, Trump, that you want this to go away because you know they've spiked the file. I believe it. That makes sense. God, it's totally intuitive. There it is.
He's still trying to glaze Trump. Is so funny. He's like, Donald Trump is trying to excommunicate me for being a brave truth info warrior, but it's all right. I know. I know that Donald Trump, Mr. President, was not involved directly in this. Okay, AlexJones.com, Infowars.com.
I'm bad for saying you should stop telling people to shut up. Again, you're 10 years old. Your parents are going to church. They say you don't have to go today. And they say, whatever you do, don't go look in the Chester drawers in front of the bed. My parents never did that. It's just hypothetical. Where are you going as soon as her car drives off? You're going to see what's in there. I mean, this is sick. This is bizarre. And I will not take the blame, Trump, for what you're doing to yourself. So, I know you tried to take the alcohol away from your older brother, who was a great guy, who drank himself to death.
Ooh.
Were you a bad person?
Ooh, he's getting personal with it.
Telling your brother he was killing himself? No. Your brother got mad at you. You talked about it.
That's crazy. He's talking about Trump's alcoholic brother who died. God damn, it's getting spicy over here, brother. Holy moly.
I am trying to get you to take the political gun out of your mouth. You already blown both your feet off. And now you got it shoved in your mouth. I'm like, will you please take that out of your mouth? You're like, shut up. Don't talk about it. You have put the gun in your mouth and ours collectively. Stop it. Stop it.
You're fucking up the bag for us, Mr. President. Why are you doing this? Dude, this is like cinema, okay? This is cinema. It's playing out exactly as I said it is. There is like this is the first time where there's like a real, genuine fissure in the base, and Trump cannot consolidate support for the life of him. And basically, this is where you find out who is like a hatchet man for the Republican base, or for the Republican Party, and of course, it's Trump's party, so Donald Trump, and who is more invested in leaning into narratives that the majority cares about. In the past, we didn't really get to experience this kind of fissure amongst the quote unquote supposedly independent media outlets, with the exception of, I guess, Israel, because Ben Shapiro's dick riding of Israel definitely got out of hand, and it pissed off a lot of people, but in the Republican base. But outside of that, usually Trump gives everything in the culture war stuff, in the culture war side of things, to his base. He always gives them the treats. So no one in the independent side of the Republican media apparatus has ever had trouble saying that they're independent while simultaneously defending Trump. This is a moment where he's not doing that. He's actually directly at odds with the popular support from the base of the Republican Party, from the MAGA base. So you're recognizing who is actually a loyal servant of Trump, and by extension, the Republican Party, and who is more so invested in repeating whatever the base wants. Alex Jones is in the middle. On the one hand, he is still desperately trying to cling on to Donald Trump. On the other hand, he recognizes what the people want, what his audience wants, what the base is demanding. And at this point, they'll still talk about how big of a failure this is for Trump, how he's fucking it up, how he's this up. It's just a mistake. But eventually this is going to boil. Eventually this kind of tension is going to lead to people actually separating from Donald Trump aggressively. And these are some of the most insane people, okay? These are some of the craziest people out there. They have an arsenal of weapons, and they believe in whatever kind of conspiracy, some real and some totally fucking insane and fake. You don't want to piss these motherfuckers off. Donald Trump has had numerous attempts on his life. 2 of those attempts were conducted by a registered Republican and a former Trump voter. Ryan Ruth, big-time NATO Andy for sure, but literally was a former Trump voter. You don't want to piss these guys off. You don't want them to do a Pizzagate to you. Okay? I'd be very careful if I was like a famous Republican media personality that is aggressively defending Donald Trump here at a time when there is unprecedented anger and resentment directed at Trump. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you don't want Pizzagate to turn into Mar-a-Lago Gate. Let's take a look at what Megyn Kelly is saying on the other hand.
Trump has managed to call large portions of the MAGA base that are still interested in Epstein and want answers selfish, weaklings. He doesn't want their support and that they're believing in a Democrat-created hoax. Now, there's all sorts of, substantive responses to that on the Epstein merits, but I'm not interested in that for now. I'm interested in the politics of it, Rich.
Yeah. So he's in the phase he often is in when he's in the midst of these controversies. I think spaghetti against the wall phase, and then he'll see what sticks and then go with that. But I don't think it's a great idea to make the connection to the Russia hoax, which was about him. So this kind of implies that this also is about him. I don't think it really is. And the idea that he doesn't know where this is coming from and it was all created by Democrats, this has been more of a matter of interest for the right, including the highest officials in his Justice Department, right? Pam Bondi talked about it. Kash Patel talked about it. Bongino talked about it.
Yep. He's basically, by the way, he's literally saying what I said yesterday, which is that he's pulling almost like an Israel route by not reading the room appropriately. This won't actually cause people in his base to go, oh, this is fake, just like the Russia hoax was fake. It will cause them to go, wait a minute, this is real. So does that mean the Russia hoax wasn't a hoax at all? I don't think that they'll make that logical leap, okay? But like, it's not working. My point is, it's not fucking working because obviously this is a very important thing for a lot of people in his base, understandably so. This is the one time where they're like they're kind of on the money with this conspiracy. So when are you interviewing Lina Khan? I don't know if you know this, but I already have.
President Trump, would you consider appointing a special counsel to investigate the Jeffrey Epstein investigation?
I have nothing to do with it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Why would you say it like that? Why would you say it like that? What a wild thing to say. Also, I mean, we already talked about this, but like, this was really funny. Guy who absolutely despises Donald Trump, an incredibly prominent critic of Donald Trump, only turns around and like speaks in favor of Trump to defend the Epstein client list, and it not existing. The Epstein client list is real. So is the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus, says Stephen King. Prominent Trump critic Stephen King only comes out to say something that's like ostensibly pro-Trump when Trump's base is fucking yelling at him over the Epstein list not being revealed. Then he goes, boy, I hit a nerve with that Epstein post. The list is like UFOs. Everyone knows someone who's seen one. Oh boy. Oh brother. Oh, how odd. Oh, no. Oh, no. What does that mean? I mean, I think I know what that means. If you know the ending of the book, it's not shocking. Did Epstein traffic young girls? Yes, of course. Is there a client list? Doubtful. Conspiracy fodder. He is still talking about it. He's still talking about it. That's weird, man. That's weird. Why are you... See, the thing I don't understand is like these guys could just keep quiet. I mean, that's literally what the Clintons did, right? The Clintons just kept pushing. You will never catch them talking about Epstein's unless it's directly talking to Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell in one of their numerous I guess exciting experiences that they had together. Okay. I don't understand why these motherfuckers come out and they're like, guys, by the way, this thing that everyone knows is very real. this thing that everyone is broadly aware of. I just want everyone to know, yeah, it's fake. Actually, it's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. Please stop asking further questions. Like at least the Clintons, who were directly involved with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, knew better than to constantly talk about it. To be fair, TrueAnon also says the client list is fake. Like, he didn't keep a list. If there's one list, it's a list of all the people on tape. Yes, the Jeffrey Epstein client list is basically just, like, that's just semantics, okay? That is just a semantics argument. I don't engage in it because it's stupid. When you're talking about that, you're not talking literally that, like, Jeffrey Epstein had all of the clients and like what kind of underage person was trafficked with every single client on one neatly put together list. When people are talking about it, or at least when I'm talking about it, I'm referencing verifiable evidence of the people that we know have been directly involved with Jeffrey Epstein and to what extent their involvement was with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay? That's what I'm referencing. No, the little black book is not the client list. Those are just people who he had the information of and has been in contact with. That's it.